But guess what? You know what's funny though?
You gotta kiss a lot of
girls
frogs.
choose the wrong guys though. So yes, that's a good argument. However, let's be real here. If you choose a bum or someone that's going to be bad for you, that's on you, not on the guy.
Yeah, I know, but we talk about like this hypergamy thing where like all these girls are running after like, you know, just a few guys. And I'll be anecdotal and mean here, and I don't mean to be, but like I'll see these guys that are like these autistic schizoid dudes like typing on 4chan all day and they're like, I don't know why a girl won't choose me, blah, 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 blah. And they're like 300-pound dudes never shaving their lives. Like, bro, you're not being the type of guy you need to be to get the type of girl you want. And then these guys will be mad, like, oh my God, like she's choosing an asshole. Like, well, at least the asshole like gets out of his fucking parents' house every now and then. Like, Jesus Christ. Like that's the only thing that's there for an option. Yep. And I see that a lot where like, because sometimes when I enter this world, it sounds like there's all these like, these like fit dudes that are like working on themselves, making $130,000 a year, and they can't find women. I don't think that's the case. I think
there's a good amount of them, Destiny.
I don't know, man. I feel like for guys that have their shit, like, and it blows my mind. Like, I feel like just having your shit together as a guy, like you have more than just like a fucking, like a mattress laying on your floor. You have at least 2 pieces of furniture in your house. You know how to do your laundry and your dishes. You're not just ordering fucking Grubhub or fucking DoorDash or Uber Eats all the time. Like if you hit these like bare qualifications as a guy, I feel like you are leagues ahead of 95% of like at least the online.
My friend, you are, but women are still like it's still tough for those guys. Like guys that are even like in the top echelon from earning perspective. Like if they have a little bit of social awkwardness or like they're not the best looking guy or whatever, girls are still going to disqualify them, bro. Like it's tough for a lot of dudes, even higher earning.
Bro, it is so tough. Guys going to OnlyFans, strip clubs, porn sites. If it was that easy, no one will do that stuff.
Yeah, but I think the issue is those things are so easy. That's the problem, right? If you put in front of a guy, you know, like a fucking bowl full of M&Ms versus like grilled chicken and broccoli, and you do that every single day for the rest of his life, the dude's going to be, you know, 400 pounds by the time he's 30 years old. If you put in front of a guy porn and OnlyFans, and that's all he has on the internet, and then on the other end, to get a girl does take work. I agree with that. Yeah. Sometimes more work than fucking women put in. Sure, I agree with that. But when that option is in front of him all of his life, like, yeah, he's going to pick it. Like, I mean, again, if you want to go like the evolutionary biology route, like we're wired for like quick fixes because it used to be really rare to find it. That's why sugar tastes so good for us. You don't have fucking candy bars growing off of trees. When you find it, you covet it, you know? And it's the same thing with like porn and all this shit too. This is kind of earlier when I was saying, I feel like the internet has caused a lot of these problems that gets blamed on like feminism or capitalism or whatever. But like,
but don't you realize that's really the root of the problem? Look at the people benefiting off of this. You got OnlyFans girls, P-stars.
But
the people that benefit off of porn are overwhelmingly men. You might have some girls on OnlyFans or whatever. Not only is it overwhelmingly men, nobody gets mad at the man that's making $100 million off a porn website. But as soon as it's a woman that's making the money on her OnlyFans, now everybody's got a fucking problem. That's really weird, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's one guy compared to a whole economy of girls doing it.
That's what
like,
it is.
It doesn't matter. You can't get mad at all men because one guy's a CEO.
Like, I'll watch people play game called The Witcher 3. Okay, there are sex scenes in a video game on Twitch. People watch it, they laugh, it's funny, they jerk off or whatever, and it's whatever. People will get up and watch a girl like in a fucking bikini or whatever, and now everybody's mad as fuck. Because why? Because the woman is making her own money? Because there's not a guy like behind her like making money off it? I don't know. I just think it's like some weird shit that goes on sometimes.
We're talking about the imbalance in the sexual marketplace now. It's not like we're getting mad at these girls. It's just like, okay.
I don't know. I get a lot of anger sometimes. I wonder, man.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to break it down, so the issue when it comes to dating a lot of the times is, Chris, hit me with the sound effect real fast.
Yep.
Misogyny.
Okay. Women have overinflated senses of self-worth and think they're entitled to a very high value guy, even if they're themselves average or mediocre. Whereas men a lot of the times don't have the ambition and or aspire to go ahead and get out there and talk to girls and are scared of rejection. So it's a 2-part process here where the girls think they're the shit and they deserve the best, and the guys don't understand their value. And I would argue most guys don't understand their value. Most girls inflate their value, which is why guys are able to get finessed in the first place. Think about it. We wouldn't have porn running around, OnlyFans, girls finessing dudes on sugar daddy sites, girls making money off guys, charging $500 just to meet up on a date.
These girls think their coochie's worth $10,000,
if guys, like, women wouldn't have, like, these standards and be as crazy on them and, like, you got to pay me for this, whatever, if, like, guys understood their value.
I think men place value in the wrong parts of women.
Because you do yoga and meditate. Like,
I feel like you would spend $10,000 on pussy, but how much would you invest into your female friend's business
or your own kid?
Why would I do that?
What do you get out of that?
What do you get out of? You get one ejaculation out of one
Okay, but tell me what I get out of investing in your business.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
So
you might get the satisfaction of seeing your friend thrive. Like, what do you really value?
Well, okay, hold on. We got to go to the foundation. We tell guys never to be platonic friends with women in the first place. That's stupid.
Fucking true.
But if guys weren't paying for pussy and doing this and that, we wouldn't have that mindset.
Exactly. That's why females and males can't be
You don't ever
friends.
hear a girl saying, "Yeah, I paid for some dick last
hold on.
night." Like, what?
That goes
You'd
back.
be
Hold on. But
surprised,
you got to understand. That goes back to my argument. Remember what I said in the beginning. Women chronically overvalue themselves while men simultaneously undervalue themselves. That is why a man is paying you for sex.
I think the guys might overvalue us.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
That's the whole.
Okay, I thought you said we overvalue ourselves.
Well, no.
you
You
too.
guys
I
overvalue.
think the guys
You too.
overvalue us, and that's what makes our head big. Period.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to say is that women have an overinflated sense of ego that comes from male validation, Instagram, dating sites, whatever it may be, right? A woman just existing gets attention from men in an abundance, whereas like a man has to become the best version of himself to even potentially get a text back.
And I think that is like the key problem, because all of these issues are fed into like from both sides. I agree with that.
for sure.
But then this is where I would argue, and maybe you don't do it, because like I said, everything I've heard you say sounds cool. But every time I see a red pill person talking, and I see this in Tate videos when he's on like streaming sometimes and shit, right? How do you know this guy is like the real deal? Because he's got like 2 or 3 or 4 women around him that are really hot. But what is the message that you're sending to guys when they see that? Like, I need more women to value me because that is where all of my validation comes from.
No, that
And when
if
you're
you
selling that,
improve,
when
then you
you're
can have
selling,
50
you
women
can
around you.
what it is at the end of the day, though, you're saying that a woman's valuation to me is the most important thing I could possibly have. So when you're selling that message to men, instead of saying like
That's
you
not
can't,
the message that's being sold. That's
I
just
think
part
that's
of
the
it.
message that's being sold.
and
If
you
you're a
guys-
guy and you walk
But that's
into a
not the end
place
of
with
it.
2 or 3 or 4 hot girls with you, everybody looks at you like you're the shit. Even if you've got fucking nothing, people look like, holy shit, this guy's got
He's
2 or 3 or 4
right.
girls at once.
He's
Like,
right.
it's-
So we
it's like
add
people's-
value.
It's all
But that's not
physical
the end goal.
approach.
That's a result of being a successful
You can
guy.
say it, but for a lot of people watching who are virgins, that is the end goal. They will
It's
do anything
physical
to have
approach.
like
Okay,
2
so
or
you're
3.
the voice of virgins, but that's overall not
Oh my
the
God.
Well, I'm not the
Just
voice of virgins.
like-
They're the voice of keeping the people virgins, because these are the guys that are like so fucking hyped up on these chicks. They'll pay like $200 to see some pictures of fucking OnlyFans.
We're
'cause,
telling
like,
him to stop doing that.
okay.
Stop
But
buying
just like you
OnlyFans,
guys asked our
Stop
price,
buying OnlyFans, but
you guys asked us to put a price on us, like first question. So
and you said 20,000.
because you put us on the spot to make a number of what we're worth.
Yeah, 20,000.
And we get put on the spot to pick how much
What are
we're
you
worth
worth?
all the time. So it's kind of like,
Okay, I put you on the spot. So what?
Do you
I put
want
you on
me
the
to
spot and
ask
said
how much?
20,000.
how
Ask
much
him.
for you for a day
Yeah, how much?
For what?
How much
For
is that?
some dick?
An hour.
How much does
Free.
it cost?
to get for a with like a boyfriend 60-year-old?
experience. Yeah.
Oh, boyfriend experience. Okay, you're asking how much would you pay for my dick?
How much are you
Yeah, like,
selling? How
just
much
like
are
you're
you
asking us to put a
Free.
price on
Exactly.
Free.
it. Okay, but what if it's like a 60-year-old woman? But it's natural, like
How much
that's
are
what
you
charging her.
If it's a 6-year-old woman,
Yeah,
$200.
$200.
Whole 24 hours.
24 hours.
She wants to
Hold
take
on,
you
real
out.
quick. Let me
She
just
wants-
gauge. Hold on, stop real fast. I gotta gauge just so I kind of see where we're going here. How many of you think that men and women are equal? Raise your hand if you think
No.
we're equal. Well, let's just raise of hands. Raise your hands if you think men and women are equal.
Wow.
And what form?
You too?
I
Okay.
think they're equal.
I mean,
Like
I'll
London
buy
was
it.
a country.
Equal doesn't mean the same.
Okay.
I think they said London.
Okay, let me
You said Paris
let me
was a
clarify.
country.
I didn't say Paris. That was her.
Let me
You're
clarify.
confused.
Let me clarify. Are men and women equal? Good clarification, because girls are going to think of it like human rights and shit.
Sure.
Are men and women equal when it comes to intersexual dynamics, how we deal with each other from a relationship standpoint? Are we equal? If the answer is no, raise your hand. If the answer is no.
I didn't even understand
Ladies.
the question.
Right. It was very wordy. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Are men and women equal when it comes to sex and relationships? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, raise your hands. Are we equal intersexually?
Sex
So you
and
guys, so you
relationship?
say yes. Who else says yes? Okay, yes. That explains why they're telling you, asking you, how much would you charge for
Yeah.
sex? That's why.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Right, because that's the first question you ask us, and just like
We're not
you
the same
guys
though.
We want to see your
We're
answers.
talking about, everyone blows up their head because we're asked like constantly over and over, oh, how much for this? How much for your feet
So just
pics?
be
Oh,
honest
how much
instead.
for that? Like, you know, so we constantly have to think about like our value and stuff like on a number when it really shouldn't be like that. Like,
So you're not even taking accountability for the fact that you said $20,000?
I mean, I was put on the spot.
So
I
it's not
mean,
your fault. Okay.
Okay, I was
if
gonna
I
make fun
don't
of,
know you, yeah.
I was gonna make fun of them earlier for like
Go ahead.
yeah
Go ahead.
twins and them or whatever, but I think that's actually super true. If you have a kid and this kid starts crying, and every time he cries, you give him a candy bar, he's going to grow up to be fucked because he's going to think that if he does a certain thing, he's going to get rewarded for it his whole life, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Every
it's
woman
true.
in here has probably been offered free dick probably since she was 9 or 10 years old, unironically. Girls get propositioned as early as 9, 10, 11 years old, right? So when every man is acting like that, when a woman turns 18, 19, 20, and you're like, how much to fuck you? And she's like, I don't know, $10,000? Honestly, that answer isn't even that surprising because you've been offered dick your whole life, right? There are probably people trying to rape you. You're like 12 years old who are like decent, successful guys. Like, the fuck is going on? So I'm not saying it's okay. And I understand that both sides play into it in different ways, but I can
but
see
they're not
like
children
where
with candy bars. These are grown adults.
No, it's you've been trained this way your entire fucking life.
So
though.
that's a good point. That happens just for her being a woman.
Yeah.
Now let's multiply that exponentially with the internet and social media and dating apps.
Attention.
It's made it where a girl, right, where she like had to go outside to get attention. Nowadays, she can just open up her phone and she has if she's attractive, she's gonna have blue checks hitting her up. Hey, I'll fly you out here. Hey, I'll do this, blah, blah, blah. So now that girl thinks I qualify for a top 1% guy. This dude that's in my area that's good enough for me, maybe he's 5'10", 50K per year, whatever it may be, he's attractive. You know what? This NBA player hit me up. I qualify for this motherfucker. So I think that's kind of what the issue is that a lot of women conflate like, okay, this guy hit on me, now I deserve this guy. When in reality, he's just trying to fuck.